Welcome to the MHP Exchange, where the riches are in the niches. We'll show you how to invest your way into mobile home parks with real strategies, tips, and behind-the-scenes know-how to grow your cash flow. Stick around. This is where smart investing begins.
You want to know what beats talent, capital, connections in real estate? It's obsession. It's obsession in showing up, even when nothing's working. That's the real edge. That's the real superpower. And while everyone's chasing what they're good at, the people who win are obsessed with what they can endure. We're going to talk today about what the true superpower in real estate and investing is. And it's always on the other side of what you can endure. I'm going to share with you a story that could have been a disaster. We were buying a property with some new investors, a property in Pennsylvania, where we were buying it in an arm's length transaction it had just come out of repository. And for those of you that don't know, that means it had come out of a tax auction. And when we were looking at this property, we underwrote it with the intention of developing the different parcels and getting it activated in the town. We went down, we spoke with the town administrator, we spoke with planning and zoning. We had a good sense of what we could do and how we could execute. Everything seemed to be lined up perfectly. And we closed on the deal in January. And by the time June rolled around, we already had somebody who was interested in the main parcel of property, and they were going to start working over the next few months and would have put us well ahead of schedule. Everything sounded great. Our new investors were really excited about what was happening. And for us, we were looking at this as really expanding a relationship profitably. And then we got blindsided. We received the county's tax bill for the new year. Now, anybody who's bought a property out of a repository or tax auction, historically, anywhere you've ever been across the country, it will go, the county will go off of the last sale from unaffiliated parties. That's how we assessed and we budgeted and planned. And in our projections, the taxes would be $16,000. What we didn't know was a new tax administrator took office in January, and they decided by edict that they were going to now review the property off of when it was last active. Now, this property in question was a 65-acre defunct motel, which had a restaurant, which had an administrative office, which had 65 hotel rooms and cabins, and we were going to all activate at different times. Well, the last time that property was active, the market value was $3 million, well higher than the $425 that we had paid. And when we received our tax bill, it was a whopping $180,000 that we were expected to pay. As you can imagine, our investors on the deal, they tightened the wallets and would not allocate another dollar for this project to go forward. So what were we going to do? We didn't have many options. One, we could have walked away. We could have sold the property, walked away, or gave it back to the town. But that wasn't in our DNA. We had to make this work. And we endured going through the county and trying to get the property reassessed. And when they came back at $90,000, we knew that still didn't work. So what did we do? We ended up having to take the county to court. That's not what any property investor wants to do. I mean, the last thing you want to do is to end up in court with the county that you want to operate in. You know, we met with county officials multiple times, but this administrator was looking to sit there and put this new program in place that had never been put in place anywhere else. We also kept open communication with our partners at the time and letting them know every step of the way the actions that we were taking and the efforts that we were making to try to make this right. They weren't investing anymore, but we wanted to make sure they understood what we were doing to make this situation right. By the time we got to trial, nearly 9 months later, the day before the court case was to start, the administrator made an offer to us of $17,000, reducing our tax bill from $180 down to $17,000, which was $1,000 more than we had initially budgeted. Obviously, we took the deal, and we were able to sit there and rectify that situation. And the reason we were able to do that was through discipline, through endurance, through persistence, and through follow-up. We didn't have any connections there. We didn't have a Rolodex in that town that we could call on. But what we did have was the ability to wait out a difficult situation, knowing that we had done our homework beforehand, knowing that we could do what we could do. We followed through on our diligence, and we could endure the challenges and withstand the challenges that we were facing. And all the while, that persistence and dedication paid off for our investors in on that project. And I can tell you other stories on where that's happening, but I will tell you this, most importantly, it's not a lack of talent that you're missing if you haven't hit your investment goals. It's the lack of obsession that you need to drive you forward. And if you want to be successful in this space, in mobile home park investing, in real estate investing, it's the obsession, it's the endurance that will see you through. And it'll win every single time. So if you're out there and you want to know one trait that will make you unstoppable, it's persistence and obsession. And that will be talent, capital, and Rolodex over time. So this has been a 5-minute mindset shift for you. I hope you found some value out of this episode of the MHP Exchange podcast. And if you want to DM me and talk about a deal that you're working on, click the link below. We'd love to walk it through with you and see where you could find some value out of that. Until next time, everyone, happy investing.